Hey, welcome everybody to MQC's Game of the Week. We got Brown Quad Ball versus RPI here. I'm Andre Zelwitz, joined by
Harry Greenhouse.
And we're in for a great game today, Harry. Looks like RPI is going to be running for Quad Ball first, which means Brown will have control.
It'll be an interesting start here. We got starters on the line. RPI keeper, it's Mason DeBuff. At the chaser positions, Ian Goodspeed, Dylan Coolis, Claire Olmstead. At beater, Sean Patch and Jess Abazia. For Brown, beaters start Ryan Silverman and Tyshawn Hattori Lindsay. At the keeper, it's Will Richardson. At chasers, David Owade, Bradley Smith, and Meredith Chang.
Yeah, Brown's got a talented group of chasers here. They need to make it competitive and physical if they've got a chance in this game.
Are you actively ready, Brent? We're getting ready to start the game.
I'm just going to tell you send ready. Grab it. Yeah.
And we're off. RPI running first.
Just a pretty slow start here. DeBuff picking up, taking the quad ball down the far side of the field with good speed right next. Good speed passing to Coolis. Abazia's beat is dodged.
Early beater play
Coolis
coming here.
passing back
Pressure from Brown, looking over. Great way to wrap it up from Brown here. Beater's really influencing the play. Here comes Richardson. He's running. Beat over on the far side. It's going to be a pass over to Bradley. Bradley looking net at
level.
the hoop.
Smith just got completely rocked at the hoops by DeBuff.
Physical contact here early. Wow.
You just can't take those one-on-ones at the hoops when DeBuff is there. He will light you up every time. He's probably the best tackler in this league.
RPI swarmed that fast break.
All right, RPI's second possession. It's good speed. Coolis now within the middle of the field. Coolis. DeBuff. Abazia dodges a beat. It's going to be a dodgeball turnover. I got you. I'll beat you to it. Coolis to Olmstead. Olmstead block. Olmstead gets it back out.
And then contested again. Wow. Great defensive play here early. Way to go from Bradley Smith.
No, but again. Richardson drops the ball.
Going to be covered by his beaters.
Richardson faking. Richardson shooting. Oh, no, he doesn't. Pulls it back. Gets it back to Smith. Smith now. Dodges the beat. Smith. Back to nobody.
Richardson didn't see it. He's going to have to run late for it.
I don't know. It was on
Barely
Richardson
gets
this
it
time.
before it goes out of bounds.
Oh, Patch just throwing another dodgeball completely to no one. Over to Smith. Wrapped up by Goodspeed at the hoops. And Goodspeed with a big hit. Ian Goodspeed, big hit there. Smith is just taking shots.
You have to feel for Bradley Smith here early. That's been not easy at the hoops. He's been really looking for it, but RPI credit where credit is due. Great pressure.
DeBuff over to Coolis. Hard pressure. Coolis gets beat. They're going to call a whistle. That's the right call. Coolis with that late kick. RPI kind of got punished there because Sean Patch is kind of aggressively throwing everything. He's missed a bunch of beats. Ball went super far off pitch, which meant there was no dodgeball in that play for a while for RPI.
Yeah, beater play is all over the pitch here. It's really, balls are flying everywhere.
And Angela, when you get the
Caitlin.
Richardson has Smith in front of him here. Let's see if he tries to make a run. RPI has one back.
And he's going to slow it down. That dodgeball is back in this play for Patch, but there's a screen. Here comes Richardson.
Great
Fakes.
screen set by Smith.
He just buries it into the ground.
Mason DeBuff applying pressure there. Nothing easy.
Right now, Brown has gotten opportunities because RPI has not been able to get a dodgeball, but all they're doing is just really when this gets sent down is they're just taking one-on-ones this RPI line. This RPI line is really physical. You can't just try to run through them.
Yeah. For Brown to really get a lot of pressure going, they're going to need to be able to work with their beaters and go off ball, away from Mason DeBuff, away from the green head.
Oh, Abazia just stole a dodgeball from Hattori Lindsay. Pass over to Olmstead. Olmstead gets hit at the end of that play. There's no whistle here. It's going to be Brown quad ball. A little bit of a sloppy transition from good speed in Olmstead.
Shout out to Brown's defense here at the start of this game. They're
trade between Patch and Tori Lindsay. Center hoop fucking falls. Sorry for the swearing.
From Smith, passes back over.
Over to Smith. Smith pressured, gets beat by Abazia.
Guy's running really high here. But they're not content with just a reset. Going to be sent back to hoop from the beat from number 21 and stop it.
That's going to be just for picking the center hoop. So it's just 100% just. Richardson did take a reset there.
Abazia is really high up here. This could be a big play for RPI. If Mason DeBuff and Claire Olmstead decide to go forward with Abazia, there could be another turnover. Already a reset being forced. Will Richardson
But Silverman's able to get
nothing
back in
happens.
this play, so probably just settling in. Meredith Chang, back to Richardson. Richardson and Smith playing catch right now. Back over to Smith.
Great pressure from Olmstead here.
Hattori Lindsay steals the dodgeball away. Back to Richardson.
Control over here for Brown. They can look to make a play.
Chang, pressured by DeBuff. DeBuff's going to get the wrap, and that's going to end up being a turnover most likely here. Yeah, you just can't let DeBuff get hands on you.
Yeah, that ball has to come out earlier here for Brown. Score is still 0-0. Really a defensive battle early, as it's been all day if you've been watching that QC. Goodspeed's going to take it up.
Over to Olmstead.
4:11. That was 4 minutes in. We're still at 0-0.
Ball back to DeBuff. DeBuff trying to drive on Smith. Shot. Oh, he hits it!
What a shot, Mason DeBuff. Sniper out there on the field. As the blue dodgeball just goes flying out of bounds.
Silverman tries to hoop for a crazy play there. RPI able to get dodgeball control. If DeBuff can add this little fadeaway shot to his game, it makes him really lethal.
I'm going to be seeing that shot in my nightmares tonight, Harry. That's scary. Bring a stoppage here. Not sure for what yet.
So many things.
Just Bradley Smith will get a hug on the sideline.
So, subs coming in for Brown is Jenny Acosta at Chaser and Jung Young Yu at Chaser. We're going to measure the hoops for the third time today. And nothing changed. Beautiful.
Took 4 minutes for anyone to get a goal. This is probably not going to be a high-scoring game, but it is going to be an intense one.
Very physical.
Absolutely.
Which is what you want to see from two D1 MQC teams. Brown barely being left out of the top three. That's going to stink. They've been injured all season, too.
Oh, great catch from Patch. And gets the bounce back. Jenny Acosta is going to get beat. That's going to be a turnover. It's going to go the other way.
It's a fast break.
There's dodgeball on the ground.
DeBuff running. Can anyone get past him?
Abazia beats out and Tori Lindsay kicks the good speed.
Great
And
transition offense.
Just a little toss on through.
44.
Peter play still continuing here.
It's going to be Brown going to get this dodgeball control. Abazia went real aggressive there to try to make that play.
5 minutes!
Tori Lindsay the ball throws immediately off the field. Poor shot. I feel Boston coming in at Peter for Brown.
Richardson taking it up. I really want to see Richardson having a bigger impact on this game here early. He's the difference maker for Brown.
20-0. Over to Jung Young Yu. Pressured by Olmstead. Abazia putting pressure on Tori Lindsay. Back to Richardson. Richardson fumbles it, but still got it. Buffy beats out Olmstead. Richardson. Yu.
Switching over. Lots of pressure. RPI doing a great job taking the beaters out of the
good
play.
pass! Oh my God! Goodspeed just leveled Yu. Goodspeed first immediately swats it down. When Yu picks it up, Goodspeed hits him immediately.
Richardson threaded the needle, but it didn't matter. RPI physical gets the contact. Mason DeBuff with the ball.
Ian Goodspeed has played electric defense so far. Lindsay Vogelman into the game at Peter. Hatch and Vogelman. Coolest to DeBuff. Fast Smith.
No call being made, but DeBuff picks it back up. More hustle.
Good speed.
Pass over. Olmstead looking, gonna put it through the hoop. Oh, dunks it over to Claire Olmstead.
Two-handed poster for Claire.
Off the hustle from Mason DeBuff, undeterred, unstopped.
30
Brown's
nothing.
Chasers.
Kaylin, you're doing fantastic. Vanna White again?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Miss a ball entering the game at Beater for Brown.
Or like the price of
Richardson and you.
Ball.
Olmstead
Oh,
jumps
and a
on this
second over by
ball.
Olmstead.
That's a turnover.
Scrappy play there.
As
Can the ball go back?
I don't know. Don't look at me for the
I
rules.
feel like it can't
I know
go
you're
over that line, but never mind.
Between us, we have 15 years of experience, which means neither of us know the rules.
Oh.
As RPI ends up throwing the ball away, good speed throws it to no one. Richardson's going to pick this one up.
Richardson going to pick it up. There's one back here for RPI, so no fast break. Going to slow it down.
So Olmsted causes a turnover, but then RPI a little bit sloppy with it. Couldn't find anything more.
Yeah, that pass just stayed up in the air for a little bit
Good
too
speed.
long.
This would be just a nice little healthy check there to end that play. 30-0 still. Richardson bringing quad ball down center.
Brown setting up their offense. None
Under
behind
Smith.
here early. They've got
Vogelman beats out
4
ball.
up.
Goffey
As
beats
Acosta
out
will move.
Cross. Smith dodges Vogelman's beat. Vogelman gets beat.
Pass over to
You, instead of trying to catch it and score, swats it away. And it's a turnover. RPI quad ball.
Yeah, RPI was all on that anyway. That red dodgeball came flying.
30-0.
Yeah. Score table. What's the time if you don't mind?
8:21.
Thank you very much.
Just shy of 10 minutes here in this game. RPI 30, Brown 0.
Eric Sorge entering the game at Chaser for Brown.
RPI moving it around. We can get it behind DeBuff. DeBuff bobbles it.
Keeps it in bounds.
Sorge pressuring. Pass back over. Patch will cover.
Right over Cross. Cross gives it off to Coolis. Coolis driving.
Smith defending the hoop well.
Not a great shot from Coolis there. Just, he shouldn't be taking that shot there.
I'd say one of the more shot-happy RPI players. He's a player you got to watch for on RPI. They really like to put the ball through the hoop, but Coolis doesn't mind looking for a shot every once in a while.
All right, subs in for Brown. It's
Play like you're trying to
Thomas Flathers at keeper and David Owade at chaser. Vogelman trying to steal a ball from Boffey and Ball. Kicked back over to Flathers. Coolis covering. Back up to Smith.
This is an aggressive Brown.
Smith
unit.
finds
Oh!
Owade and he scores.
That was beautiful.
Smith hyped up at the end of that. Wow. Zipped.
Sean Patch able to get dodgeball control
Over
at
to
the
the
end of this
other
play, but
side.
they straight up just lost Owade there and he scored.
They've had that opportunity a few times, but it's really been covered by RPI beaters.
Don't worry about it. 30-10.
DeBuff passes over to Coolis. DeBuff will work behind. Ade Ojo working with him.
Ojo.
Big offensive difference maker here.
Cross.
Behind.
DeBuff.
DeBuff will get it. Smith
Hard
brings
by
him
Smith.
straight to the ground, but
DeBuff
DeBuff still has
kicks
the
it.
ball. Beat now
No one's
coming
there,
in.
and Flathers got it. DeBuff wants the call, but there wasn't anyone there.
Flathers gonna
Ojo
run, gonna get
puts
past
pressure on
Ojo.
Flathers. Flathers takes it downfield. Flathers trying to look for something. Takes it to the far edge.
Dissuaded from
Back
the
up
fast
to
break, but
Owade.
works behind.
Fakes the handoff.
Woo! Owade looking.
Ojo all over it. Ojo and Owade. It's Ojo's ball here. He's going to win this. As they're just going to fight for it, but eventually DeBuff will just clean up.
I like the mentality from Brown there at least. Pure play happening right in front of us.
You're not supposed to beat the
Harry, beat out.
commentators.
Go touch the hoops.
Want to go back to the Indies? All right, next possession. So Sean Patch out of that play was able to get dodgeball control. I am literally Coolis, middle of the field, back over to Ojo. Ojo.
Covered by Flathers.
DeBuff shot
Blocked.
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 Ball loose on the ground still. Brown's gonna eat it. Flathers got it. Vogelman tries to make a beat there. RPA able to get back to this play.
I really like this Brown unit in right now. They're playing physical. They're playing hard. They're really looking for good opportunities on the Pomos, trying to exploit some some defects in the RPI 2-2.
Vogelman
I like
beats
what
out
I'm seeing.
Chang.
Both teams are fighting
Smith.
for every point.
Flathers trying to
Covered by
make a
Cross.
screen there.
Cross gets beat. Vogelman's got a
Smith got to be careful.
Dodgeball.
Behind him
Smith
there's a
kicks
Peter.
the Flathers.
That blue dodgeball is not being picked up.
Vogelman gets beat. Oh!
Joe
Ojo just
rips it out of
scores!
his hands.
And then breaks the
Can't break the
tackle.
tackle. Oh, Joe looking to make a highlight play. Oh, and
Throws it over his head.
almost it at the end.
DeBuff breaks the tackle, dodges a beat. DeBuff one-on-one. Next one,
Oh.
hit in the face, then hit on the ground.
No call.
No call.
Wow.
Surprising on that one.
I don't know how RPI didn't
like he
score
got
on the back
almost,
of that.
It almost like he got fish hooked in the mouth,
Yeah.
to be honest. Surprising no call there. Ryan Silverman entered the game at Chaser with Will Richardson and the other Chaser.
I mean, what a
Pass
sequence
all
of
the way over
events.
to
Long pass
Richardson.
behind.
Vogelman chases down. Over to Silverman. Silverman scores.
Puts it through
30-20. Nice passing play from Brown.
It's really beautiful here from Brown. They're matching RPI's level of intensity here, especially in a physical category. I don't know how that pass was completed. It was a very deep floating throw over to Richardson. Richardson looks over to his left. Great score there.
Next possession for RPI, 30-20. Over to Koulis. Back to Ojo. Wrapped up by Flathers. Over to DeBuff.
Lots of pressure. DeBuff,
Another
that.
high tackle again. DeBuff goes down.
Yeah, there's going to be contact to the neck here
Ojo
regardless.
shoots.
But Ojo will
scores.
score. This is just contact to the neck.
Finally,
Smith has got to
DeBuff
watch
gets a
that.
call. Finally, DeBuff gets a call for the first time. There's a yellow card in this one on Smith. It feels like DeBuff has just gotten hit in the face 4 times in this game and has yet to get a call for it.
Yeah, Bradley Smith has got to get a lot lower here in his stance and really wrap him around the waist. It's also hard because Mason DeBuff runs with his head straight down.
He's a big guy. It's hard to tackle him. 40-20 to score. No penalty time served here.
Brown's staying in it early.
Patch keeps dodgeball control as he's able to run him back to his hoop.
And if you're thinking of the narrative here, Brown, the last time they played RPI was at regionals. They kept it really close and had a really great comeback.
Vogelman gets beat here. Meredith Chang getting dodgeball back. Pass way over top to Richardson. Richardson over to Silverman. Silverman
Drawing attention from
back
the
to
Peter, gonna
Richardson.
take the tap,
Richardson
allowing Richardson
shooting.
to make a play.
Got it. Far down.
30-40. Brown looks revitalized here.
Can't do that.
Yeah, he scored.
No, but Bradley can't pick up that ball.
Not sure what that was. Gotta play defense. Keep it up. Let's go.
Isabel McCall and Andy Chen entering the game for RPI.
Yeah, with these subs, you really see RPI looking to be just as physical as Brown is trying to match it.
Chen. Patch dodges a beat. Here comes Chen. Chen over to Ojo. Oh, it's
No!
stopped in the air by Flathers. Ball loose in the ground.
Oh,
That's
that's got to be.
but it went right into the hands of Richardson and he scores.
Will there be
No call.
no call for dangerous kick?
Great kick from Flathers. He put it
Whoa.
right
Maybe a
on
call.
the hands of Richardson.
That's a highlight play there from Flanders.
Crazy play from
That's
him.
beautiful.
40-40. Nielsen is really trying to get this call come back as that for the dangerous kick. They're not getting
And I
it,
don't
but
blame him.
They're not. I don't think they're getting it here, but that was a crazy play. I thought it was an easy call, but Flathers, beautiful kick, kicks it right over the top, and it lands right in Richardson's
And
hands.
it all started with him predicting the pass, cutting it off, jumping as high in the air as he possibly can to get it. Great hustle.
40-40.
If this goal is good, it's a tie game. Brown's playing very well.
In terms of the dangerous kick, I don't think this was on because they were coming up to him from behind. He had no way of seeing that they were there.
All has to do with just a hand reaching for the ball.
Yeah.
So there's no foul. It is a good goal, 40-40.
Bradley Smith hyped up.
14:42.
We're about 50.
14:45.
All right, we're 15 minutes into the game. Score is tied at
That was
40.
Will again.
RPI wanted the dangerous kick. They didn't get it.
Looks like the coach is laying on the ground in despair.
He's not happy about it, but don't turn the ball over if you don't want that to happen. You gotta. And that's really the problem here with RPI. They're getting a little bit sloppy. They're not looking for the extra pass. I mean, that was just predicted. I mean, you have to have a little bit of. You have to respect Brown and their defense here. They're clearly being physical enough to meet you.
and their defense has been really good, and they've been able to keep dodgeball control for most of this game, for a long portion of this game, and that's hurt RPI.
Absolutely.
And I learned the same thing. They'll never pick
Credit to the Brown beaters for sure.
The buff over McCall.
Watch Ojo here on the far opposite side.
Itamoso looks for a rev on Chang, doesn't get anything. Pass behind to the buff.
15!
Back to Chen. I have no idea what that was.
I don't.
DePuff. Back to Chen. Flathers hit Chen hard.
No.
Chen throws out of bounds. It's going to be out of bounds.
No call there. Maybe from our angle, looked a little behind, but it was a good wrap.
Tori Lindsay coming back into the game for Chang.
That is Flanders' keeper zone.
Flathers.
Flathers. Is there Flanders?
No, his name's not Ned Flanders.
That is Flanders' keeper zone, absolutely.
Screen on DeBuff from Silverman. Here comes Richardson. Kicks to Smith. Dives for the ball. Flings it back to Richardson. Richardson, it's out of bounds, RPI ball.
My phone is over here.
Yeah.
Score table, if you don't mind me asking, what's your time again?
16-14.
Thank you.
Chen looks a little stagnant on that last play.
McCall, quad ball far side, over to Chen. Trade of beef between Abazia. Over to the buff, shot, got it.
Oh, that was
50-40, that's the buff all day. He's hitting that shot every single time.
No hesitation from
That was
Mason
a
DeBuff.
pretty shot.
50-40.
Definitely a low-scoring physical game here. Set score might be 120,
It's going to be
110.
close. It's going to be small. Over to Silverman. Silverman. Back to Richardson. Richardson.
Look, Peter taking out of the play. Great play from
Oh,
Abazia.
Richardson threw it all the way over his head. Flathers kept it in bounds.
Great
Oh my
hustle.
God, he did it again. Goodspeed kicks it back to his hoops. What is happening?
Chen feet out. He's
gets
gonna have
beat.
to drop
The
it.
bump gets it. The
He's
bump
gonna have
gets
to
beat.
drop it too.
Falls on the ground.
Flathers
Flathers got it. Flathers.
Oh,
straight
figure
through.
up step puts it through.
So
Brown,
happening
what a
right
play.
there. Oh my
50-50.
God.
What a great back-to-back. You get to go. You talk about it.
Timeout RPI. There's so much to talk about on that play. That was ridiculous from Brown.
Go for the camera.
That was absolutely ridiculous from Brown. I mean, applying the pressure, but they're out hustling RPI here. They know they're the underdogs. They know they lost last time, and they do not want to feel that defeat again. Flathers with just the kick of the year again. And then Goodspeed picks it up. He had a fast break. And it was just Brown beaters playing, I mean, the best they've played all day, but maybe the best they've played all season. Brown looking great. RPI has no idea what to do off the back of that. It's 50-50 right now between RPI and Brown. Definitely living up to the MQC game of the week.
My phone is literally doing the time.
And I just got my pizza. That, if anyone wants to make a highlight reel of the MQC season, that is the topper. That
whole play is going in there.
That is the best play. And Brown has been a highlight team here early. I mean, multiple kicks from Flathers. I'm sure he played soccer in another life, but wow. It's looking really great for Brown here. Ending it with the Euro step at the end. It looked so pretty. All the momentum in Brown's favor. RPI needs to calm down here. They're still very much in this game. It's a tie game, 0-0.
That's crazy.
Mason DeBuff needs to
Shout out to
really,
Club Sports.
really get a lot
so
of work in
exciting.
here. Try and get the ball deep,
Wow, I
get
feel
through
loved by
people,
Brandon
make the right
today.
pass. This is his team. This is his game.
But I would just comment on like stupid things. 17:25.
Only about 2.5 minutes left until 20 minutes. Here comes Goodspeed.
All right.
Looking over,
good
trying to
speed.
put the ball
Oh,
through.
it's swapped
Batted
again.
away by
McCall
Flathers.
just ends up with it, but Smith brings her down.
And picked up by Flathers. Great defense again, another swat. Brown still with control.
Richardson with quad ball.
Flathers going to
Costa
take a
back
well-deserved sub.
And you in the game. Abazia putting pressure.
Yeah, look for more of this from RPI.
Oh, good speed, just like a wide receiver makes the play. Abazia beats out Boffy. There's no
Run the fast
dodgeball
break here.
DeBuff, good speed, drives, gives it to DeBuff. DeBuff scores.
Pretty fast break again from RPI.
Brown committed really heavy to keep dodgeballs instead of stopping the goal, and it led to the goal.
It might be a little early to start thinking like that, too.
60-50 the score, about 18:30 into the game. Gets the ball back in at Peter.
Pressure from... Lots of pressure from RPI, taking Brown beaters out of the game.
Smith, over to you. Covered by McCall. McCall trying to stay with you the whole way. Passes to Richardson, that's going out of bounds. Unforced, bad error there from you. Good defense from McCall. Give it the ball.
19.
Chen gonna sub here. Ball goes back to Buff. Coolest coming into the game. 19 minutes into the game.
Let's see if RPI can get this half court going. This would be good momentum heading into 20 minutes if they can score, get a 2-score lead here, but their half court hasn't been the most successful.
No, not today. A lot of things getting knocked out of the sky. Good speed. Back to the Buff. Back to good speed. Good
Buff's
speed.
going to get beat out on the end of that.
Over to McCall. McCall.
1930.
RPI needs to be hounding these beaters, but they're really not.
Coolest. Good speed.
They waited for DeBuff to get back in, so he's back in the play now.
Trade of beats between Hattori Lindsay and Abazia.
That's going to benefit RPI still.
And now there's no dodgeball.
stalling for last
No,
They put a lot of pressure. Coolest gets beat immediately.
Fast break could
Good
be
speed.
happening here.
Oh, he blocked the beat.
What a beat!
Shot. Missed, but it's DeBuff who's got it. DeBuff rips it, top hoop.
So
Good
no one
speed,
with
got
him.
it.
Good speed.
20 minutes!
Finally gets beat out.
20 minutes!
That's all on the ground.
There's a fight for this ball between you and Coolest wins
Coolest
it.
gets it. You beat out on the end.
Doesn't go for
He
it.
didn't really go for the ball.
He's gonna stood there.
Yeah. Didn't want to lower his head.
Coolest with quad ball. Sean Patch re-entering the game at beater. Back over to good speed. Oh, Patch misses. That's not a good miss. Good speed. Pressured by
Still
Richardson.
none.
Good wrap.
Richardson
Back
making
to
the wrap.
Coolest.
You over on Coolest.
Up to DeBuff. DeBuff's got it. DeBuff. McCall can't find it. It did not go in.
Nothing
But now
for
there's a
hoop.
whistle.
Yeah, that looks like some sort of... No call on the end of that.
No call. There's intermission. Zal, let's go talk. Go talk. You talk.
There's a lot to talk about here early. One thing to talk about is how all of the Brandeis team seems to be eating the pizza I just ordered, so that's not great. There goes my lunch. But if we're going to talk about the game, I think the main thing we need to talk about is RPI's half court does not look good early. They're really struggling with getting good looks at the hoop. It's been 2 Mason DeBuff shots and a couple of fast breaks.
That was what it was. 30
I mean,
games at least.
I think Bradley Smith and Flathers really hit Mason pretty hard. They've been hitting hard generally throughout the game, and I just don't think RPI knows how to handle it. I don't think they expected this from Brown. It's been a while since they've played, but the narrative here is huge for Brown. It's they held RPI in probably the game of regionals, if you don't count the finals, to 1 goal away from winning the game for a very long time before RPI finally put it in. Brown, they're on a revenge tour here. They were left out of the top 3 by I think about 6 points to BU, which means they're not competing to win D1. But after how it's looking now, Brown should very much be in the conversation for D1 championships. No doubt in my mind.
So sad.
In other quad ball news, there's going to be Knights Cup next weekend. 2 teams that played today will be playing in the Rutgers Invitational Tournament. That'll be RPI and Brandeis. They won't be playing each other, but you can catch teams like Michigan there, UVA there, Rutgers, and Harvard, another MQC team. It's going to be a fun tournament. It's going to be a great month of quad ball coming up. This catch to determine the rest of the game is going to be huge. If Brown catches here,
All right, starting in the box is
very
Brian
much could
Silverman
win.
for Brown and add Ojo for RPI.
120.
Looks good. Nasty. No.
Sorry. I was wondering why. I was like, why do you need my phone?
No, I don't want your phone. I want you to hold the camera. I want you to do your job. All right, Richardson starting this next possession. Seekers are released. Goodspeed wraps up Smith. There's going to be a call here on Goodspeed.
yeah,
it
that's
looks
going
like.
to be contact from behind, I think.
Good call. That's fine. Silverman and Ojo both getting an opportunity at the flag runner. The shot is good.
So any foul would be negated. They got to talk about it first. I don't think the head ref saw anything there, Toby.
It looks like it's going to be, regardless of what it is, it's a goal, and the card's just going to be there. There's no penalty. The goal's still good. It's 60-60.
Who scored that one?
Bradley Smith.
Set score is 120. 60-60 the score.
Bradley Smith with an offensive explosion here during this game. Really, really big.
Patch beats out Silverman. Tori Lindsay dodges another beat.
Wow.
Patch, that's happened all day with Patch. Here comes DeBuff
Tori
trying to
Lindsay
set a
playing
screen
out
on
of there.
Flathers.
Whoa,
gets
Flathers.
Flathers.
Great
Over
contact
Olmsted.
brings down
Olmsted
DeBuff.
finds
That's not
Cross.
easy. Brown covers it.
Good play there.
I gotta say, I saw Mason DeBuff running downfield like that, and I thought RPI was really gonna get a good goal.
Richardson getting a chance. He's going to drive in the middle. Faking past Olmsted. Over to Flathers. Flathers.
RPI playing
Chang.
one beater back on defense.
Flathers.
Others working a two-person game. Pass all
Smith.
the way over to Smith. Beats
Bo-
on a
he
miss. That was a
misses. Smith
long
now.
beat, that miss.
Over to Flathers. Flathers. Covered by Cross. Flathers driving on Cross. Shooting. He got it. Goal. 70-60. Brown takes the lead.
Brown up for the first time this game.
Abazia gets beat. Patch beats out ball.
Silverman's going to get some
Patch
looks in here.
gets beat out by Tori Lindsay. All the dodgeballs again are on the ground.
Tori
DeBuff
Lindsay gets control.
runs into a
The
beat.
bump just beat out. He didn't see it coming. Here comes
Flathers
Flathers.
driving.
He's running. Who is on
Flathers
him?
gets beat. No, he doesn't. Over to Richardson. Richardson shoots. Misses it.
The floater just over.
Cross is just going to jump on this ball and hold it.
Hey, can I get a timeout?
Nothing there from Silverman.
Toby, can I get a timeout?
You can't get a timeout. You don't have the ball. Teddy, you don't have the ball. What? Is that a rule?
They changed
That's a
it.
horrible
They
rule.
changed it.
That's terrible.
Any like
terrible.
doesn't stoppage in play.
Not how that
I don't think Harry likes the rule very much.
What makes you think that?
Although I do agree, you should need to have the ball to call a timeout. That is how it should work. I gotta say, represent AKs in Waltham.
Yes.
Delicious pizza for the Brandeis community. All right, Brendan, what do you make of this game here? MQC's game of the week. Is it living up to the hype?
Definitely. There's a lot of good moments in this game. There's a lot happening. There haven't been a lot of goals, but that doesn't mean I've been bored because there has been so much going on.
RPI really needs to zero in here. In the last game against Brandeis, they were tied at 85. It was 5 goals to win the game. Anyone could have it. RPI calm down. They run their offense the way they like to run their offense. And they dominated 10 the game.
Absolutely.
You're just
And here comes the train. Sorry for the
one
noise in the background.
All right, scoot.
What are you thinking, Harry?
I hate the fact that you can call a timeout when you don't have the ball.
It's awful.
That's what I'm thinking.
Completely agree.
Horrible, horrible. Not on either team. That's a train. 70-60. The score.
I am now a table, apparently. Oh, might be a table. I can't I don't even know where it is, actually.
Coolest.
Defensive seeking here from Silverman.
Ojo getting an opportunity.
It's
Hattori
close.
Lindsay's trying to clear out. Over to DeBuff. Passes sort of slow. DeBuff. Beat.
Brown covers again. Once that ball goes behind, Brown's really had a great job of shutting it down. Ojo going to be run off the flag runner.
Well done, Ryan. You got this, Ryan. You got time, Ryan.
Silverman's
Over
going to
to
get some
Smith.
looks in again. A catch here for Brown would be massive.
Smith. Over to Flathers. Flathers. Back to Richardson. Covered by Cross here.
Bradley Smith beat
Richardson
out. Only three
beats
chasers.
everyone. Shoots.
Oh,
He scores.
Richardson,
Will
what a goal.
Richardson having a day. 80-60.
Richardson is. I keep forgetting.
Will Richardson using the speed
Sorry,
to
Lindsay
the
with a good
advantage
trade of
there.
beats.
Really great play. Silverman still defensive seeking a little bit. Ojo going to be sent back to hoops.
DeBuff.
No, 80-60.
Olmsted. Back to DeBuff. Coolest.
looking.
Shot missed.
Shot just
That's
over.
going to be a
Reset
reset.
will
It shouldn't
used.
not be a turnover. Yep, as Olmsted's able to chase it down.
Ojo's
Ojo with an
getting more looks
opportunity
in
on
here.
flag runner now.
RPI is starting to look like they need this catch. Here comes
Olmsted
Olmsted.
drives in, kicks over to DeBuff. DeBuff drives in,
Running it on
shoots.
Smith again. That ball is good.
80-70.
Another nice
Ooh,
fadeaway
Ojo was
shot.
close there.
Oh! Oh,
Peter,
Silverman
Jesus
almost
Christ,
had
don't do
it.
that again.
So close, Brian.
Ryan Silverman
It
did
just-
not
no,
see it.
It fell. 80-70. Peter Lawrence, our flag runner, just
Here comes
really
Flathers.
risky play there.
Working downhill.
Smith. Oh, it's swatted away by DeBuff.
Great defense from DeBuff. That ball goes
Smith
out
is
of
going to
bounds.
let it go out of bounds.
Smart,
Smart
play from
play
Smith. Will run it out. Looking
Smith
over.
throws it to the out of bounds line.
Still smart play from Smith there, making sure there's no fast break off the end of that play.
Owada's got an opportunity. Beat Ojo. Back to another chance here.
Oh!
Ojo's got it.
That was
And
ridiculous.
Ojo getting big and getting it done. I think we got that right on camera, too.
That was
Yeah.
quick.
Hit that pitch is good. It makes the score 80-105, I believe.
That is textbook.
It is good.
Beautiful.
That is
8105 is the score. The set score is 120. RPI is 2 away. Brown is 4 away. I got you.
Brown's been digging into their heels, so this game is not even close to over. RPI with the ball. They could just make this a 1-goal game.
I'm
Brown-
gonna say I don't think Brown's giving this up easy.
No, Brown is not just going to lay over here.
They are going down fighting.
There's intense look in his eyes. Looking at Chen. Screen by Olmsted. Chen looking for the goal, and it's good. Beautiful screen created from Olmsted. Chen takes advantage, puts it through.
And RPI only needs one, but Brown is still fighting for this very last
Pressure
point.
from Koulis. He's going to run off. Flathers looking, shake to his right. Chen. 2. Here comes Will Richardson. Will Richardson makes a nice move. Looking to the other side. Pass back over. Here comes Chen, but there's pressure from DeBuff and Olmsted. Bradley Smith on the left. Pressure. Oh, Mason DeBuff just rips it out. This game is over. RPI stops it out. The catch, the goal. Mason DeBuff ends it. Exciting game here. RPI wins off the catch from Ade Ojo and Mason DeBuff. This was the MQC game of the week without a doubt. What a game here that we just watched. Brown, they really got to be able to hang their heads up high. They played great.
They played
this game. It was
beautifully.
slightly different Ryan Silverman almost had a catch there. This is a completely different game. It's going to be a fun end to the season, Harry.
Great game there. Very close one. You want to interview someone? Put the pizza away.
Okay.
Go get Ojo. Professional questions. It's Ad. Ad, come here. Get in front of the camera. You're going to have to be close, though. Yeah, go talk to Ad. 1 second. Yeah, you're getting interviewed. All right. You two, both big voices. Hit it.
I'm here joined by Ad, Ojo, Seeker, Chaser. Wow. What a catch there from RPI. Completely turned the game around. Talk me through that play.
So, did you guys see me already? I wanted that to be that was going to be my last attempt.
I'm so proud. You
That
can
was my last
see
time I had
my
to get the ball. So I charged up to go. And I went the ball back to dive. And straight up dodging.
Congratulations.
I didn't
Guys, over here.
full attention. So the last second, as soon as you turned about to dive for it, and I was like, that tossed my every time from last time.
That was beautiful.
I knew that we were down by one, so I knew to catch it.
This was a high-level catch. RPI with 2 very tough wins today. Looking like a really good team coming down the stretch. What are your hopes for the end of the MCC season and for nationals?
Hopes for the season in the championship. I know it's going to be tough, especially on Harvard. But I think we can reach it.
I can drive.
We have the players, we have the mentality, we have the skills. Let's see if we beat Harvard. Anyone knew that's the Harvard. Last time, we made the Sweet 16.
You guys know where it goes.
Nationals.
We don't have shit.
Ad, Ojo, thank you very much.
All right, see you later. That was a fabulous interview.